Hi there, it's Lindsay Smith from Remax Jazz here for another weekly update on the real estate market from Oshawa, Whitby, Courtice, and Bowmanville. The interesting thing that happened this week in my business was I sold a house on the weekend, 37 Courtice. www.37courtice.com is the virtual tour address if you want to take a look at it. We ended up putting $3,572 more in the seller's pocket than the average agent would have. The way we kind of come up with those numbers are the average board sale, so the average house sale in the area, 97%. If someone asked basically $100,000, they ended up getting $97,000 in the last month. And we ended up selling this for 99%, which ultimately put $3,572 more in the seller's pocket. It's interesting to see because the seller and I talked about this, and his question was, how did this happen? How did this sell for such a high selling price? And a lot of it had to do with the internet marketing we're doing. They've email blast thousands of people, virtual tour. There's 3 virtual tours sitting on this property. It was on my blog. We did Kijiji ads. We did all kinds of advertising for it to try to attract the interest of a buyer, and ultimately we ended up attracting 2 offers on this house. Now if you look at the area in general, last month things did slow a little bit. We are in the summertime. Typically things tend to kind of taper off as we move into July, August. But in May, the 2 hot kind of price ranges, the $225,000 to $250,000 range in May, we had 66 sales, and they moved up to 79 sales last month. So we had 13 more sales, which is quite good. On the flip side, what happened was we are now sitting in that price range of 221 active listings for sale, and we only had 187. So things are moving up in numbers. The second price range that did reasonably well last month was the 350 to 375 range. We had 19 sales in May. June we had 22, so we moved up by 3 sales, and we moved up to 99 listings for sale from 73. So there's a natural curve of, as the market tends to slow a little bit, we build listings over the summertime. As you move into the summer months, I've always found that if the number of buyers start to slow a little bit, and holidays have a lot to do with this, you just have to crank up your advertising and your marketing. I had an interesting experience a couple of mornings ago. I was at a Starbucks, and this woman came up to me, and she told me she knew I was in real estate from my picture in the paper. And we chatted about her house, which has been on the market since May. She's had 2 showings since May, which is unbelievable. I mean, that's incredibly slow. They've bought a house, they want to move, they're excited about moving, but they're quite discouraged about the activity on their house. So she asked me what I did for my listings, and I told her about the 3 virtual tours, and she had told me at that point there was no virtual tour on her house. She said the agent wasn't overly internet savvy, so there wasn't a lot of activity going online, and the pictures weren't all that great a representation of the house. So we talked a little bit about that, and it made me think that there's a lot of people out there that are considering putting their house on the market or holding off because it is slower. And I have to question, when this market starts to turn a little bit as we move back into September, once the kids get back to school, this house on Courtice, would it have sold for as much money as it did today? I don't know. But I know right now, if you've got a good house and it's a marketed property, they're getting sold. If you have any questions, shoot me off an email or give me a call at 905-434-5222. Lindsay Smith, have a great week.